So we've continued a theme of sex work this year by developing a new curated section called social work. And this was put together by a group of female curators based in the UK. We got them in a room, we asked them to come up with ideas of how we follow on from this and how we create something that feels very relevant at the moment to curators, museums, collectors and so on. And the result of this is social work. And it's a series of solo presentations by female artists, all working in the 80s and 90s, which was a very male-dominated environment in the art market. There was the New Spirit in Painting show at the Royal Academy, which was entirely male. And there were women making really extraordinary work at that time. For example, Helen Chadwick, Keane, Sonia Boyce, Searle, all of whom are featured in social work today.
Do you think
and so you had to constantly wait and cook, and then you entered to yeah, it's not happening. Come on, do it. There we go.
Nice to meet you, Jerry. Hi.
The Tate have just announced their acquisitions for Frieze. We have a fund of £150,000 for them that's sponsored by Endeavour, our partners, that now allows them to come to the fair and pick works for the National Collection. And we've just heard that one of the works they're purchasing is by Sonia Boyce, who's being shown in social work. It's a series of 400 photographs of people trying on an afro wig. Only about 40 or 50 of them are shown here, but Tate has purchased the entire series. And this is an amazing black feminist artist who deserves to be in the Tate collection, and we're thrilled to see that happen.
So how long are you here? And are you looking to go back soon?
So this work today has been purchased by Tate, which people know Tate all over the world. So it's quite a big deal.
And what does that mean to you?
I'm really chuffed. It's a work that's 20 years old, so it has been, it's been sitting in my studio for a good many years, and it feels, I still haven't processed really, but it feels like a really important moment for me.
Okay, so if you look at auction records, for example, the auction records for male artists is so much higher than they are for female artists. Museums obviously have been doing a lot to redress that balance in recent years, but it's still not there. The Guerrilla Girls said in the 80s, do you have to be nude to be a woman in the Met Museum? Because 4% of the works at the Met were by women, whereas 85% of the nudes were of women. And definitely things have improved significantly since that moment, but there's work to be done.
I think that the situation is perhaps getting better for female artists, but there's a lot of ground still to cover. So any initiative that helps to redress the balance has got to be a good thing.